Gail.
Hello.
How's it hanging?
Oh, pretty good.
A little to the left?
Oh.
Gail,
not for me, maybe for you.
Are you a college professor?
I am a PhD candidate, which is about the same thing because I teach the same courses.
Right.
Is that like a teacher assistant, though?
It's a little bit more of a glorified teaching assistant, yes.
So, you're not the actual teacher of the class?
Oh, no, I am. I am completely the teacher of the class.
Oh.
In college, when you're like a PhD candidate, you can also become like the head of a class, but you're not really a professor.
Hey, I know my old man would have demanded his money back.
I'm the step in between. In other words, the next thing up would be to be a regular professor.
Of course, there's no jobs as a professor, so.
Right, of course.
Right. There's nothing to look forward to.
So this is the best I can do in the meantime.
Do you get paid to be a teacher?
Oh yeah.
How old are you that you don't even have a real job yet?
Well,
I'm
younger than you, Howard.
Oh, are you in your 40s?
In late 30s.
When did you get out of college? Some of these people spend their whole lives.
Make a career out of it.
Well, she's 38 years old. She's in college.
Now, the thing is that I spent a number of years in the music business before I went back to the university and
no kidding.
go into academia. So that's where the loss.
So are you saying you failed in the music business?
Well, I didn't fail. Let's say I burned out in the music business.
What did you do in the music business?
I was a singer in an all-girl band.
Really?
Yes.
Like the Go-Go's or something?
The Pop-Tarts.
Ah. Were you Tony Tennille?
No, not at all.
So you must be pretty hot.
I manage.
Right. So are you single?
No, I'm married.
Do you ever have affairs with the students?
No.
All right. Very professional.
No.
So this is going on at Syracuse University, my class.
Yep.
And you developed this class?
What is
it called? The actual title of the class is The Rhetoric of Fame.
The Rhetoric of Fame.
Yes.
And here's what you do. Let me just read the curriculum. Like in week 1, you got you have to write an essay. Yeah. Oh, no. You begin reading Private Parts, my autobiography.
Yep.
Okay. That's where you start.
Actually, you're unit 3. You're our final and culminating unit of the course. And
it says if you have a preconceived opinion of Howard Stern, does reading this book modify or confirm that notion? So you have to write something about that.
Right, exactly.
All right. And then the next week, you view the A&E biography on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which, by the way, wasn't very good.
No.
Well, that's one of the things we discussed.
All right. If you want my opinion.
About how it has a very slanted view of you.
I was going to say, they say bad things about Hitler and Howard Stern.
Yeah. Everyone else is like a positive piece.
Everybody else did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
But it has good quotes from, like,
Hitler had a better one than me.
Yeah, even Mussolini at the end, they said
that it has positive comments in it, too.
Yeah.
A few.
But, everybody else, they're glowing about it.
Right, then week 3 is fun because you get to watch my movie Private Parts.
Right,
why read the book? Just watch the movie.
You got to compare. And then, sometimes the book has things the movie doesn't.
Right.
And then there's an individual conference sign-up.
Yep.
What's that about?
And then it says, see me if you can't find a convenient time on the sheet. Oh, I see. So they have a special conference one-on-one with you about Private Parts?
So that I can help them decide what they want to write their paper on.
Wow.
Because they write their final paper on Howard.
Is it a thesis?
So they have to discuss it with you.
Oh, right.
Sign me up for this BS course. What a sign me up.
I help them come up with a topic.
You probably have...
How long does this paper have to be?
Oh, it's like 5 to 7 pages. It's a real paper.
You probably have every student in the college looking to get in on this.
That course is closed because it fills up real fast.
My courses are very popular.
What's a man got to do to get into this class?
Now, Howard, what are some of the topics that people choose to write about you? What are some of the areas?
Yeah, what do they write about?
Oh, they can write about the movie Private Parts. They can write about the book. They can write about some controversial issue that deals with you, and of course there are no controversial issues that deal with you. So
I was
they
going
have
to say
a difficult time finding something to write about.
Did you find? How long have you been teaching this class, by the way?
This is the first year I've actually done this class, but last year I did Private Parts in another class that I was teaching.
Did you find any students who were particularly brilliant in the area of Howard Stern?
Oh, a couple who already were what I would consider an expert coming into the class.
And they could write well on the topic? They could actually articulate their thoughts?
Sure. I have some very good writers in the class.
Was there anything profound?
Great debate in the class?
Yeah, was there anything profound in any of these papers that I should know about?
I don't know if I would call profound, but some very interesting insights, and we had some good discussions on things like censorship and
do the girls
battles with the FTC.
Do the girls get extra credit for coming in topless?
Oh. Wait a minute.
Not at Syracuse. Believe me, it's too cold.
Right.
But Howard, you should be pretty proud because Syracuse is a good school. It's not like some school you
Yeah, it's not a bogus school.
This past weekend they had a riot there.
Did they really?
Yes.
We did have a riot here.
What was the riot?
Yes.
Who must be going down here?
I bet you it was the parents over this class, I'll tell you that. Okay, so then...
Wait a minute, is she an expert on Howard Stern after doing all this?
Have you read the book, teacher?
Not only did I read the book, but I got the book for Christmas one year from my sister.
Oh, you did?
Yes, that was my Christmas present, and...
See, I should send her a special leather-bound edition for the class. Like, and then, like, when she whips it out, the class will be like, ooh.
Not only do I own a hardcover book, but I own both paperback editions.
Well, I would think so. You're a teacher.
Don't have a leather-bound copy of the script for the movie or something.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Imagine I sent that.
Yeah.
And I want posters in the classroom of me.
But, Howard, I wonder how much she knows about you. Like, what's Howard's middle name?
I don't think you have to know that.
No, that I'm not sure I know.
Well, what is she an expert in? She's been teaching this course for a couple of months.
But I do know that Howard is a lot more academic than he admits. I believe he's a magna cum laude.
That is correct. That is correct.
A BU.
Yeah.
A VU? Well, what's wrong with BU? You make that sound like
and
it's
he started out in the remedial class.
Oh, don't say that.
He was on probation.
I was on probation. So what? I approved myself.
He was taking courses where he watched movies.
His degree is the same as everyone
It's
else's.
the same as this dumb class.
Hey,
So let me see how much you know about me. What were the call letters of my Detroit radio station?
We
So you should know that.
We just got through talking about this. Now I can't remember.
Ah.
It's the one in the movie where you end up with a cowboy hat on your head.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
All right, who was Pig Virus?
You're program director at WANB.
Right. All right, now here's the toughest question. If you could answer this question,
okay.
This means you really are a genius in Howard Stern. Spell Gary's last name.
Now that I'm not sure.
Teacher, you flunked.
Well, of course it wasn't about him. It was about you.
Well, ask me one of the questions that you... And what is the final exam? Ask me one of the...
quiz that you do?
Ask me one of the questions.
In fact, today is the day that their final papers are due.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a paper. I mean, is there any little pop quiz or anything?
True and false?
No, I don't give quizzes. What we would just do is have writing assignments.
Hey, you know what you want to do? Blow the kids' minds. Ask them this question. Why did Fred change his name? Go flunk.
And then tell us.
Yeah. All right, so now how many credits do I get for taking this class?
It's a 3-credit course.
I see. And the university approves of this?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Is it a part of any?
Not only that, but Writing 205 is actually a requirement for many majors.
It is mandatory to study Howard Stern.
So this is an English class?
It's a writing class. And all students are required to take a certain number of writing courses, and this happens to be my section of it. So unfortunately, I'm the only one doing Howard.
Do you ever, because you're teaching Howard...
Not as enlightened.
Because you're teaching a Howard Stern class, do you ever, like, come to class not wearing panties and sit on the desk and feel like you can look up your dress?
You'll have to ask my students about that.
Oh, you're wild.
Remember when you were in college, and you looked at you found out about the other instructors. Imagine you can go and write papers about Plato or about Howard Stern.
Well, what are you going to do?
Which
no-brainer. I go to the Howard Stern class.
I take Origins of...
Actually, Plato was a pretty wild guy.
What did you take, John?
The Origins of Rock and Roll.
You know what, man? One of my best friend is Dr. Lou Weinstein. In college, we hung out all the time. So he was in 6-year med. The guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Everything straight A's, science, this and that. So he had to go to UCLA one summer and just hang and take some courses. So he sees this class, The History of Rock and Roll. He said, and guess who teaches it? Dr. Demento. And he's like a professor. So he goes, you know what? I study academia all day and night. It's science. I need a break. So he goes, he says, it was the hardest class he ever took. He said, the guy, Dr. Demento would bust. Yeah, he'd bust your balls. Like, he really had a no crap.
This didn't even transfer to NYU. They wouldn't accept it.
Really?
I took a class at Adelphi. It was called Radio in the Age of Television. I did it with a disc jockey, Pete Mortal.
Right.
So one week, we went to go watch David Brenner's nationally syndicated radio show.
Right.
One week we went to go visit NEWFM.
Right.
One week we watched this really cool movie on the 25th anniversary of Atlantic Records.
Oh.
And then our final project was Rod Serling was going to do this syndicated radio show, The Concert That Never Was, and we listened to the promos, and we had to write a paper whether we thought it worked or not.
Oh, give me that class.
A+.
That's like
A+.
a course of field trip.
You know what? You're smart. And I like how people go, you need college these days.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, here's Mark. He has a question for you, Professor.
Sure.
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, hi, Professor. I was wondering if by any chance this class is offered through correspondence, like over the Internet or anything of that nature.
You want to take the class?
Yeah.
Maybe I should start offering it. I do have my material up on my website for my students, but, maybe I should start offering
Maybe you ought to give out the website.
Correspondence course.
Give out the website. I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, my webpage is HTTP.
Yeah, we know all that.
Yeah, we know that stuff.
Yeah, it's users.aol.com/Gail, Gael, McGear, MCGEAR /Gail, GAEL, page.html.
Oh, my
I know
goodness.
that's a long
It should be part of the test.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah,
Are there pictures of you, Professor?
yes, there are.
Oh, really?
There are pictures of me in the Pop-Tarts, yes.
No kidding.
Yeah,
That title is longer than the book Private.
I know, it is long.
What is it, Norm?
Norm Zader.
Yeah, Norm.
Norm Zader. Nancy Sirianni.
All right, what do you want to say?
A lousy singer.
Do you have anything for the Professor?
She is one hot piece of ass.
How do you know?
Because I heard that one of her students manjed her pukyak.
Oh, get
I don't think so.
Oh, that's insulting.
Hey, I'm half Italian. Watch them out. I'm half Irish and half Sicilian. You better be
wrong
careful.
with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Dangerous combination.
All right, Gail.
Yes.
I want to thank you. It sounds like a wonderful course. Gail Sweeney, who teaches the Howard Stern
I would love to
class.
see some of the papers. You got to send us your best papers.
They are going to be turning their papers in today, and in fact, they begged me to send their papers to you so you could grade them.
I would.
Ooh,
Please.
how many people in that class?
That sounds like too much work.
20 people in the class. That's a lot of papers.
Give them I give them all an A. Thank you, Professor.
I would love to give them all an A, and Howard, I think you.
Does anyone ever get an
Have
F?
you flunked anybody?
No, and no one is going to flunk this class. Believe me, I'm going to make sure.
What is the lowest grade you ever gave in Howard Stern?
Oh, probably in the C range. Usually they do very well, but they do have to do a lot of work, and I make them do a lot of work and a lot of writing. So, this is not an easy gut course.
Sure it is.
Sounds like a piece of cake.
Nobody ever flunked.
I loved FA courses.
Yeah, please.
BS.
All right, later. Bye, Gail.
Bye.
Gail Sweeney, if
Have
you
a
want
great day.
to go to Syracuse University, your parents will be proud. My old man, if he heard that,
If he saw that on your list, he'd kill you.
he was paying at the time $5,000 a year for college, which was a fortune. And if he had seen, the Howard Stern class.
Yeah.
Syracuse
Don't be stupid, you moron.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the Howard Stern class? Yeah, Syracuse is expensive college.
Really? Top
Yeah.
right.